Yeah, we don't know you, but we care about you. And our Bert Show fam around the country cares about you. So if you got something going on in your life, a little dramatic, looking for advice, hit us up at thebertshow.com and we'll throw it out to everybody and we'll see what we can do for you. In this case here, should she keep waiting for her fiance's divorce to be finalized, or should she just go ahead and end their engagement now?
Hey, Bert Show. My boyfriend and I have been together for 16 years. When we met, he was 6 months separated from his wife. They had 2 kids, and they did not agree on anything. They had court for years, fighting about everything to do with the kids. In the end, my boyfriend ended up with full custody, but chose to share the children equally with her. I assumed a divorce was coming next, but he didn't want to go back to court since he had been going almost monthly for 8 years. During the 8 years, we got engaged, and we chose to have 2 children together, with me thinking that a divorce was soon coming. 2 years ago, I continued nagging that I wanted him to get a divorce. Every few months, I'd start a fight by bringing up the fact that I wanted him divorced. He finally agreed and went online to get the papers prepared. There were 2 options. Number 1 was a consensual divorce and required 2 signatures and you to mail them in. In a few months, you receive your divorce and you're notified by mail when it is granted.
It's that easy?
That's cheaper by about $200.
What?
Number 2 was a one-party signature, and the other party gets mailed a notification and has a few months to respond. If they don't respond, the divorce is granted. Again, notified by mail.
Dudes, I had no idea that some of these were so easy. Did you?
No, not at all.
Divorced by mail? For $200?
Bert's like, I need a time machine.
Well, no, cheaper by
Yeah.
$200.
Oh, cheaper by
Yeah.
$200.
Yes, not for $200. Nothing is $200.
If you're getting screwed,
Yeah.
it's $200.
Okay, so where was I? So my fiance asked me which option, which I thought was obvious since they don't get along. I said option number 2. Fast forward to a month later, we received some documents by mail. I was so excited that this was finally going to happen. However, I discovered that my fiance called his wife, and they agreed to both sign the divorce. However, when he took the papers to her, she refused to sign. I'm starting to realize that he's never getting a divorce. It breaks my heart, as my father recently passed away, and I realize that I'm never going to have him walk me down the aisle. My fiance knows that I have always wanted to be married. It is something that I bring up every few months. But since the paperwork fiasco, I'm not sure why I'm still here. Is it wrong to put my children, 13 and 12, through a divorce as their dad is a good man, but I feel so conflicted? I took off my engagement ring shortly after the paperwork issue. I feel that there's no point in wearing it if we're not going to get married. Why are we pretending? He says he still wants to marry me. He jokes with friends that we're getting married and that we should have a double ceremony. It's a continual sore spot that seems to get worse with every passing month.
Okay.
Any ideas? From stupidly waiting forever.
I mean, seriously, 16 years.
That's a long time.
That's too much. I think it was a red flag for him to propose while still being married to someone else to begin with.
I mean, the question here is, she really wants to be married. I mean, that was the thing, Kristen, that people used to come down on you and Bart, like, how could it be so long? Well, marriage wasn't important to you guys at some point, so it worked just fine.
We were on the same page.
You're on the same page. Here, they're not on the same page. That's a problem.
Yeah, I think obviously since it's that important to her, if I were her, I would just accept the fact that it's not going to happen, or at least it's obviously not going to happen in a timely fashion. And then I think she has to really make a decision upon what she wants to do about that. If you still want to wait around, and then do it by all means. But if you don't, I wouldn't continue to wait for this man to get a divorce.
Yeah, we really do tend to complicate things, right? I mean, this is a little bit, I feel like, sort of like the email we had earlier is like, you have a decision to make, right? And the decision is, can I continue to do this and be happy? And if I can't, then it is time to leave. Again, that's simplifying it, but that's really it. We're just complicating it because we don't want to make a decision.
And also, too, because this has been going on for 16 years. I mean, he was separated for 6 months when they first started going out. And now 16 years later, they have 2 kids. He's not, if he hasn't done it in 16 years, I hate to break it to her, but he's not going to do it.
Yep. I can't think of anything I'm waiting 16 years for.
No.
Maybe just all of his pens ran out of ink because he's been dealing with his paperwork for a minute.
Maybe that's how long it takes snail mail now
Yeah.
for the divorce.
Yeah.
Groupon divorce. Take a while.
How do you get to a custody
know,
hearing
man.
without being divorced? How does that come first?
Dude, I have no idea how
That
all
makes
that works.
no sense to me.
No idea.
Like I thought somebody'd have to file for divorce, and then they'd be like, "All right, who's getting the kids?" Like I thought that was what came first, the chicken or the egg kind of thing. I don't get it.
If this is my best friend, I'm just like sitting her down or sitting him down and going, look, dude, it's been 16 years, man. 16 years. Everything seems fine, right? Everything's great. You got 2 kids. I mean, you're essentially in your souls and hearts married and stuff like that. Why do you really want to be married if it's 16 years now? Like, you're going to break this whole thing up over that?
Do you want to know what was popular in 2004, 16 years ago?
Let's make it work.
Yeah, let's make it worse. Okay.
Wait, that's the year that Justin Timberlake pulled out Janet Jackson's boobie, right?
2004 it is.
Heck yeah.
Uh-huh. Napoleon Dynamite
Yep.
led to a resurgence in the popularity of tater tots.
Heck yeah. And
Face-
stirrup pants.
Facebook was a new website your parents didn't know about yet.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, it's been that long.
It's been that long.
I mean, why break it all up? Why is it so important to her now and not on year 12 or 13? I mean, 16 years now, man.
Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck called it quits the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, full circle.
Yeah. Oh, all the cool kids went to MTV Spring Break in Cancun.
Remember that.
Ew.
That's just making it better. So, like I said, you need really advice, going to make it better? Go ahead, hit us up at thebertshow.com.
The Bert Show.